Yes. So we finished the observation method and we started the experimental method, and we discussed what a variable is. We saw its main features. Then we also learned that in experimental method we focus on the what relationship? Cause
Cause effect relation.
cause effect relationship. We try to establish a cause effect relationship in an experiment, or while we follow an experimental method we try to find out what is the effect of a particular cause that we are inducing in the experiment. And we also learned that there are different terms or concepts in the experimental method that we have to learn, or that we have to understand, that we have to set prior to the experiment, prior to doing the particular experiment. Now then what we discussed was the two types of variables. They are not only the set of variables available during an experiment, but these are the main focus of our experiment. Now, what were the variables, Amal? The two variables.
Um, I'm
Unmute. Yes, tell me. What were the two variables that we learned?
dependency.
The voice is breaking. Once more.
I'm independent.
Dependent and yes, dependent and
Independent.
independent variables. Yes. So we learned about dependent and independent variable. Now I know it's a very new, I mean both of them, they are very new terms for you. You haven't learned it before. But in any experiment, in any experimental condition, we will have an independent variable as well as a dependent variable. And I'd like myself to explain it in some other way. I don't know if this is the right way to teach you, but I'll have to cross all my limits to get this into your head. Just imagine, okay, that independent variable we denote it as IV, hmm? And dependent variable we denote it as DV. Hmm? So imagine that IV is I. From your perspective, it is you. If Aishwarya is thinking about the experiment method, then IV is Aishwarya. If Raina is thinking, then it is Raina. If Meghna is thinking about experimental method, then it is Meghna, and same with Amal or Ashish. And just a minute. Where is she? Grishma joined. Yes, Grishma, can you hear me? Switch on your video. Grishma. Can anybody see her? No. Okay, yes, she came. All right. Yes, Krishma, we were talking about independent and dependent variable again, once more. And we were imagining a situation where IV, the independent variable, we denote it as IV, and dependent variable, we denote it as DV. And what we do is, IV, we consider it as I. And so if Grishma, you are considering the experimental situation, then IV means Grishma. Understood? Imagine it like that. We are finding a new method to learn independent and dependent variable to register that in our heads. Okay. Imagine that IV is yourself or I. Now this DV, we call it D. For time being, we'll call it D. And D is I's best friend. Okay? Best friends means very thick friends, very close. Wherever they go, whatever they do, they are always together. They have been always together. And again, Elvina joined. I'll have to explain this once more or what? Okay, one more round. The rest of you, please adjust with the story being repeated. Yes, Elvina, where are you? Where are you? We are waiting for you. Elvina, did she leave? Elvina is still in the waiting room. Just a minute. We'll continue once she joins. Otherwise, I'll have to repeat it once more. Elvina, fast up. Where were you, Elvina?
I become late while eating food.
Okay. I've been repeating the same story 2 times and I'll have to repeat it the third time for you. Okay, so we were learning about, we were trying out a new method, or we were imagining a situation with this independent and dependent variables, and we are trying to register that into our heads. Okay, understood? That is what is going on here. Understood, Elvina? I'm asking you. We all were waiting for you to join.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So again, repeating the same thing. IV, that is the independent variable, that is I. Consider it like that. We are creating a story here, okay? And D, that is I's best friend. I and D has been best friends for so many years. Imagine it like that. So I is, if Elvina, you are thinking about the experimental situation, then I is Elvina. Understood? And D is your best friend. Okay, so that is the situation here. And suddenly, where did Ashish leave? He's here already. Okay. And suddenly what happens is, I and D were having a very good life. Suddenly the experimenter or the researcher comes into the situation. Okay, so experimenter researcher, he is the villain of the story. He or she, whatever it is, and that experimenter researcher is the boyfriend or girlfriend of this particular I. Understood? Understood that situation? Okay, so we have I, which is the independent variable, and we have D, which is the best friend, that is dependent variable. Then we have the experimenter or researcher. And what happens is, for all these years, this I has been with D. So whichever cafes they go, whichever cafe that I goes, D also goes. Whichever library that I goes, D also used to go. Now what happens is this experimenter, according to his or her convenience, started changing I. Okay? So he will be working at times and he'll be phoning the other person, that is I, and asking her to come to a cafe and asking her to him or her to come to the park, or they might hang out somewhere, they might go for trips. And what happens is this D is so much sad because I is with this who? The researcher or the experimenter or the boyfriend or the girlfriend. Let's keep it the lover of the I. So, because of what I is doing right now, that is, I is being with some other friends, I is being so much busy nowadays. So, all these factors influence D, because D does not have any other friend. D has been so much dependent on I for all these years, because wherever this I used to go, this D used to accompany him or her. And now what happened? I started being so ignorant. I started being busy. I started to ignore D. So all these effects are being dumped onto D. So D is being sad, D is being depressed, D is being careless, and having all the problems and having all the effects. Did you understand that story? Now is it clear? Yes? Much clearer than the other part? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So, coming back to our experimental condition, Again, I'm repeating the same thing because this is very, very important for the rest of the methodology part. In whichever field you're taking, if you have to do a project, then you have to, project or a research or study based on the field that you're selecting, you have to do this study based on these independent and dependent variables. So you have to know this concept. That's why I'm repeating this again and again. Okay. So again, repeating this, independent variable would be the cause in an experiment and dependent variable would be the Grishma.
1.12 GB.
1.12 GB. ഞാൻ വെച്ചപ്പോ 19 MB
ഇതിലാ
Okay. Yes. So what would be the dependent variable? It would be the cause or effect. Grishma, tell me. Effect. Okay, correct. So I hope that's somewhat clear, and I'll give you some more examples and you have to find out which is the independent and dependent variable. Okay, if you want, note down. And I'll give a mix of examples from the real life situations, the psychology part, and also the other sciences, so that you familiarize with that, independent and dependent variable. And from psychology, we'll take an example, psychotherapy and depression. Who would like to answer? Elvina. Yes, we have psychotherapy in one hand, we have depression at one hand. Which do you think would be the independent and dependent variable? If when you hear this question, just a minute, don't answer. When you hear this question, what you have to do is think in terms of cause and effect. Which is more likely to be the cause and which is more likely to be the effect? Okay, tell me.
Psychotherapy with the psychotherapy will depression will be the cause,
And
psychotherapy will be the effect.
Psychotherapy will be the effect. So you're trying to say that when depression comes, we give psychotherapy. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. That is one part of that. I mean, that particular two variables, that is psychotherapy and depression. As Elvina said, if depression comes, then we have to give therapy. That is common sense. Now, we can study as experimenters or as researchers, we can study the influence of a particular therapy on depression also, right? So what we do is we select participants and we give a particular therapy. We select some participants who are depressed in nature, who have depression, that is patients who have depression. We take 10 members, suppose, and we apply psychotherapy to each of them. Then we see how this psychotherapy is going to be effective for this particular sickness or depression. In that case, what does the psychotherapy become? It becomes the cause. Understood? So it is not necessary that a single thing remains the independent variable always. In some other experiment, the same thing, that is the same psychotherapy, may become a cause or it may become an effect according to the purpose of our study. Understood? It is our convenience to set the independent and dependent variables. Understood? Okay. Now next situation I'll give you. It is an example from medical science. There how many of you know that the calcium enrichment tablets and all helps in improving your bone density? Are you aware of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we are conducting an experiment where there is a company, we have an organization who has approached us as psychologists, and we are assisting them in the study. And what they want to do is they have developed a calcium tablet and they want to know how much effective this is for the bone density. So what do we provide to the participants? Yes?
Tablets.
Tablets. We provide the calcium tablets. So that would be the what variable?
Independent.
Independent variable. That would be the cause. Now we are studying the effect. What would be the effect? What are we measuring here, Reina?
Bone density.
Bone density, correct. So regarding the differences, or regarding how many tablets or how many calcium tablets we are administering or we are giving to the particular participant, depending on that, the bone density of that particular participant will change. Yes or no?
Ma'am.
Yes. So that is the main relationship that we are going to learn in that particular study. That is, the calcium tablets would form the independent variable, which is the cause, and the bone density would form the dependent variable, which is the outcome or the effect. Understood that example? Now another example, let it be music therapy. Music and relaxation. Okay, we are trying to find that comes under the field of psychology. I already told you that music therapy is one of the emerging fields when we learned music and fine arts as a branch, as a discipline. Yes, in that we are interested to know how this particular music therapy is effective, or how much relaxation does it bring in some patients. So, which would be the independent variable? Amal, can you tell me? Which would be the independent variable? Which would come first? Which is manipulated by the experimenter? Which would we provide to the participants to study its effect? I can't hear you. You're muted. Can you unmute? Did you understand the situation?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Should I explain it once more?
No.
No.
Yeah, ma'am.
Should I explain it once more?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the situation is, we are interested to learn or study the effect of a particular music therapy on relaxation of patients. Understood? And we are providing, we are taking a group of participants for that. We are providing them with music therapy. We are playing some amount of music to them, and we want to learn how this influences their relaxation procedure, how much relaxed they become after this. Understood? So which will be the independent variable there? Or which would be the cause and which would be the effect?
Music will be the independent variable.
Yes, correct. And
the reaction will be the dependent one.
correct answer. Yes. So did you understand that example? Yes. Now what do we have? Yeah. Similarly, certain drugs are tested for cancer. So we see how much effective this drug is for the treatment of cancer. So after the application of this particular drug, we measure or we do the testing regarding how much cancer is still remaining in their body. So which will be the independent and dependent variable? Meghna, can you tell me?
Drug will be independent.
Drug will be independent and
The dependent will be the
cancer, the illness. Okay, understood? Somewhat understood? Okay. Now, let's not waste any more time. We'll start the next section. Can you see the screen? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So we learned about experiments, we learned about variables, then we learned about independent variable and dependent variable. and please revise this daily, otherwise you are going to confuse it again. Okay, that this dependent and independent variable concept, keep revising, keep reading your textbook, and you have it described well in your textbook. If you have any doubts, contact me personally. You can text me or call me anytime. Okay. Okay. Now the next topic is experimental and control groups. Yes. So we dealt with variables till now. Now we are going to see the two types of groups that we are going to divide our participants of the study into. Usually we divide the participants into two groups, which are experimental groups and control groups. Do you remember the Dweck study that we learned earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody? Can you just tell me what the study was about?
The teacher grouped a few students into two groups and asked them to do maths problems.
Yes.
One group was given easy problems, and the other group was given a mixture of easy and hard problems. And at last it was found that the students who had the easy problems gave up so fast when they were given hard problems for the examination, whereas the group who had the mixed problems were trying again and again to complete.
In between, what happened is this Dweck and just a minute. Dweck and her colleagues, what they did is they persuaded the students or the children in the second group. That is, for those who got mixed questions regarding tough and easy ones, the students in that group were forced or they were pushed to try again. So that was the independent variable actually. The independent variable was the cause of that particular thing or that particular experiment was this. That is the statement that you have to try again. You have to put in more efforts. The experimenter told the students that you have to try again. That statement was the independent variable there. And that is the reason why they didn't give up finally. So that was the effect. The behavior of the students, that is not giving up easily, was finally the result, the effect that happened. Understood? So why did we have two groups there? Any idea? Did you ever think about it?
To find the result, it was actually an experiment.
Yes.
To find which group would do it better.
Okay.
So one group
yes. So
we given easy problems.
Okay, fine. The thing is, the group that received the particular statement that you have to try again, that particular group is known as the experimental group, actually. And the other group was just for a comparison purpose. Okay. Means this experimenter has to know that it is because of this word that we got this result. It is because of his or her this particular statement or the particular motivation that he or she provided that the students improved or the students didn't give up. In order to compare that fact, they kept another group where they didn't apply the independent variable. Understood? That is the main difference between experimental and control group. I know Dweck study is a bit complicated thing. We'll study experimental and control groups in terms of simple examples now. So generally, you just have to understand that experimental groups and control groups, they are two main groups when we consider the condition of experimental method. And in experimental method, we apply the independent variable. In control group, we don't apply the independent variable. So I is there only in experimental method, experimental group. Remember it like that. Okay, IV only occurs in experimental group. Now let's see what it is in detail. Here, the subjects in study who receive some special treatment in regard to the independent variable is together called as the experimental group. Subjects means the participants in the study. It is another word used for referring to the participants in the study. Note that if you want. We can use the same thing for respondents. Yesterday we saw a name respondents. That was a term given to the participants. There are different terms used: respondents, participants, subjects, all are the same. Now, the second thing is, in an experiment, this group is administered the independent variable. That is the variable that is manipulated to see its effect on any other variable under study. So as I told you before, experimental method or experimental group is the group which receives the independent variable, which receives the cause. And control group, we keep it aside just for a comparison purpose. We don't apply the independent variable there. Understood? And control group, yes, here it is. The control group is a comparison group. The independent variable is not administered on this group. Subjects in a study who do not receive the special treatment given to the experimental group forms the control group. Which example do you want from the ones we discussed earlier? We discussed about the drugs, we discussed about the music therapy, we discussed about the bone density. Which one do you want? Which was the simplest one? Anybody?
Music therapy.
Music therapy. Okay. So music therapy, we are going to conduct an experiment on music therapy. We want to see, we have created or we have composed a new music piece. We have composed it and kept, and we want to test how much effective is this, how much relaxation does it produce. So we are approaching say 10 people. And 10 people, we are dividing them into different groups. I mean 2 groups. So 5 each. One forms the experimental group and the other forms the control group. For the experimental group, we provide this music therapy. For 1 week session, we provide this music therapy. We take them to a room and we play this particular composition or particular tone, and then we allow them to relax. That is done for the experimental group. And for the control group, we take them to a room. We just ask them, do whatever you want. It's okay. So after 1 week, when we test them, when we see how much relaxed they are, what is likely to happen?
The group who had the music therapy would be relaxed.
Yes, and the other group would remain as such, or they, if there are too many members, they might have had a fight, or they might have had such any other things that maybe we didn't even predict of. Okay, so the effect of this particular independent variable, which is music therapy, this effect was there on, effect was there on what? On the relaxation of the participants only in the experimental group. And suppose, just imagine that we didn't have a control group for comparison. We just had one group, we applied the independent variable, and then we were looking for the results there. We were looking for how much relaxed they are. And then what happens is, just consider 2 situations. One situation is they were all relaxed. And it might be due to the fact that they are with their with other people. The fact that they are with the other people might have put them at ease, and they might have relaxed because of that. We don't know. We don't know if they actually heard the music or not. They might not even have listened to it, or they might not have noticed the music playing in the background. They might have chit-chatted, they might have engaged with the other people, and that process might have brought about relaxation in them. Understood? So in order to make sure that the results that we got in the study is just because of the independent variable that we gave. That is why we are placing a control group. So we know that in when we provide the independent variable to the experimental group, we know that this happened. We are giving the same situation to the control group, but without the music therapy, right? We have placed them in this in a room similar to the ones placed for the experimental group. But the difference between the two groups is here they have received the music therapy, but here they didn't receive the music therapy. Understood? So the researcher can be sure that the effect that we got or the relaxation that the patients got is just because of the music therapy that he or she provided. That is why we have experimental and control groups for comparison purposes. Understood? Somewhat understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so what all did we learn now? In experimental method, we learned about variables. Then we learned about the two main types of variables. Then we saw the various examples regarding independent and dependent variables. Don't ever forget the cause effect thing. Okay, independent and dependent variable. Yes, and then what did we see? We saw the two types of groups, that is experimental as well as control groups. In experimental groups, always the participants in the experimental group always receives the independent variable, which is the cause. And in the other group, that is control group, it is just kept for a comparison purpose and it does not receive the independent variable or the cause. Clear? Yes. Okay, now. Yeah. Coming back to the next topic, not next topic, the continuation of this experimental method itself. It should be noted that an experiment, except for the experimental manipulation, other conditions are kept constant for both experimental and control groups. All relevant variables in experimental studies that might influence dependent variable need to be controlled. So I told you when we considered the example on music therapy, I told you the experimental group, they are placed in a similar room as the control group. So both of them has similar situations except for the music therapy thing. Yes, both of them has rooms with same lighting, same temperature, same humidity, and all other factors are similar in nature for both the groups. But the only thing that differs in the experimental group is the music therapy or the independent variable that we have applied. So what is to be noted is, I told you there are not only two variables in an experiment, that is not only the independent and dependent variables, but there are various other factors that can influence the experiment. Suppose if the control group was kept in a room where they have more lighting and more plants, more indoor plants and more colorful pictures and all than the experimental group, then they might have been more relaxed than the experimental group, right? So what we should do is when we when we set all the things, when we set the experimental method to do the experiment, we have to see that, or we have to make sure that the situations or the conditional factors or all other factors influencing the dependent variable, that is in our study it is relaxation, all other factors should be kept constant or it should be kept under control. That is a very important thing to note. Similarly, in the video that we saw in the morning, we saw that the plant received, the three plants received different amount of fertilizer, right? Just a minute. When is your class ending? 12:20, right? 2:20, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that particular what example, we had sunlight and water in a constant amount, right? For all the 3 plants, we had constant. So that is about the about controlling the other factors. We'll discuss this in the next class. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.